Good morning. Today is the 10th of July and this is part 3 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2022 BMC and Leyland Show at the British Motor Museum. So far we've done 2 parts, but we've barely made a dent on the amount of stuff that's here, so we shall carry on with more Triumphs where we left off. This is the Club Triumph stand. Most of the cars will have appeared in part 2, but we do need to finish off the ones for here in this section here. So Innsbruck facelift, 1970-71 Triumph 2.5 PI estate, although it seems to be a lot of them badged as 2500 injections now, which confuses me slightly, viewers, but you know, that's not the first time, so obviously there's wind noise, I might fall over, I do get a lot of things wrong, and for that I do apologise in advance. So yes, all sorts of ones here. The estates were actually made not by Triumph themselves, but by car bodies in Coventry, so not a huge distance from the factory. Nevertheless, they were kind of like a special order thing almost. This is a really late estate actually, on an R7677 registration. And yes, this has got some very interesting seat covers on it as well. Another one of these are 2500. If this is 2500S? Yes. Yes, so yeah, very, very late in production they cancelled the 2.5 PI and replaced it with the S, which is just with carbs. But the rear of these on the pre-facelift and facelift do look very similar. It's the front end that's the one that's most changed. There's another one here. Gosh, I've never seen so many Triumph 2000 and 2500 estates in my life. So this is, in fact, the 2.5 PI or 2500 injection for a badge by this stage, and this is lovely. This colour was used by a lot of police forces for their 2000 2500. I can't remember the name of it. This is an auto as well, which makes it kind of even rarer. So it's got a Triumph automatic badge and an injection badge at the same time. This is the saloon version again, 2500 injection or 2.5 PI with the Innsbruck facelift. Some rather natty wheels. I wonder what those are off. I've seen a lot of these with different wheels. I mean, those are the original ones, look like stag wheels actually. But this has got different ones, 72, 73. Very late 2.5 PI and a P. I think this would be 75 only in that case. With a little badge. There we go. I've never seen 2.5 PIs in my life. So many of them together, so 74, 75. This is again different wheels. Again, I think I remember seeing these wheels actually on the car that was used in an episode of Professionals called The Man Without a Past, driven by Ed Bishop, where the 2.5 PI and Mark III Capri are in a chase. Right, something a bit different. Some Range Rovers. We've seen the Carmichael bodied fire tender in the previous part. I think this is an L405. It's not the absolute brand new one, it's the one before. No idea what year that is though. L322. And yes, in dark green with a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. Very nice. P38, this one here. Probably a later P38 with the smoked lenses, like this one's a 2002, so a very late P38, because there were actually some L322s on a 51 plate. It's a Braemar special edition with the LPG kit. 42 HSE Braemar. Afraid we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Blame the Mayor of London and his friends around the country. We have to skip that one though, unfortunately. This one, let's just have a look at the rev counter and see what it is before we make any pronouncements about it. Yes, I think that's a V8. So, it's a V8 manual. If so, that's a rare car then, because a lot of V8s by that stage were also. It's an early. Is this a Vogue or something? Actually, it can't be, can it? Yes, I think I know this is an 85. Yes, I saw this car actually when it was here last year. A gentleman's owned it for like forever, I think. before 81, when the in vogue special edition came in, there were no Ford 5-door Range Rovers. This is what they were like until then. Still a 3-door, still selling well, still a manual. I think the only engine available pretty much was the V8, and wow, that's an early one. This is one of the press fleet, I think. VB's a Croydon plate, but I think they had these as the press car for some reason. Yeah, it's a 1970 then. It's not a Velar, which would be the sort of prototype that they badged them as. But yes, a very, very early. It'd be a Suffolk Ava, wouldn't it? And we go down here and we see a very nice 1989 to 90 Vogue SE. Oh, it's actually in March 1990. Yes, it's got a beige leather interior with wood. Oh look, someone's actually put a sign for me to know that I was coming. Somebody watches my channel. Whoever you are, thank you very much. I do like a nice beige leather interior. Oh, there's a Jowett car club with a Midland section. The oldest one-make car club as well. I think they were founded in 1922. Oh, sorry, 1923. Not quite there yet. This is a Javelin and a Jupiter. They're kind of similar underneath. They were only made, I think 53 was the last to be made any Jowetts. It just all went wrong basically. The Javelin kind of put them into quite a lot of debt, and it sort of went a bit wrong. So yeah, 53 is the Jupiter, the sports version, another Jupiter. Oh, very nice. Yeah, 54 was the last one. This is 52. They were made, I think, up near Bradford, from what I remember. A lot of the parts were sort of sourced locally. Ooh. Morris Marina van conversion, 72-73 plate. I think that's sand glow as far as I know. A couple of later Marinas here. This one's a 1700. So with the O series engine, so this would be the, I think they call them the Marina 3 from memory. Yes, right, quite a late one, 7980 registration. This Marina is particularly late because some of the Itals were actually on a V, so a very, very late Marina. Must have hung around or something like that a little while before actually being registered. Yeah, this is, I think, Vermilion is the name of this colour. Originally left-hand drive, it's converted to right-hand drive using genuine parts. It was supposed to go to Iran, but it didn't go. Okay, so it's registered by BL Cars in 81, so it's actually an 81. Wow. Viewers, look at this. Marina 1.8 TC Coupe with a beige interior. Oh, viewers. Oh, it's nice. It's an early one, yeah, it's 70-71. I think the very earliest Marinas were on a J, so it's not quite as early as that, but it's still very early, and that is, it's quite an attractive car. It's very American like that, isn't it? Another one of these Marinas. This is in the State. This one, 77, 78 plate. I very much like that colour. That colour's really, really nice. Brooklyn Screen, thank you. Marina Coupe here. This is another one, a Marina Super. I think this would be a 1.3 actually, judging by that grille. Very, very 70s, with just all that unrelenting kind of vinyl and plastic and black. It's obviously 5 GT, so maybe it's had the engine upgraded. So we go back to how much you could fit at the back of one of these Marinas. Oh, Marina HL, fancy one. 75, 76 registration. Again, just so typical of the 70s. I don't think I've ever seen a Marina E. Oh, there we go. Morris Marina LE Special 1.3 1979. Yeah, that makes sense. It's about the right age of that plate. I've never seen one of these before. It reminds me very much of a Allegro Keep, and we're going to have a look at a Allegro Keep a little bit later on. There we go. I've never seen one of these before. Wow, look at that. I didn't realize they'd made for coupe this late either. Maybe that's I don't know, to use up kind of bits before the launch of the Marina 3. I don't know. But we've mentioned the towels, and yes, we do have some towels. 1.7 SLX. I think at this time the 2s are actually been dropped. This is quite a late one. Coventry plate, so possibly registered by Austin Rover it would have been by this time. And unrelenting kind of black in there. I wonder if they made sort of lighter dashes in the towels. But yes, 8384, so a very late one. So contrast to this early Marina on an M7374 registration, 1.8 TC Jubilee with blue velour interior. Gosh, it is the 70s back here, isn't it? It very much is. Another one of these Marina estates. Let me just not trip over the bumper there. That'd be good. So super. So yes, an N7475. Another one of these Itals. 8081 registration. That's actually a Southampton on Portsmouth plate, I think. It's really difficult because after a certain time, Southampton and Portsmouth areas merged, so they just became Portsmouth. So it gets a bit tricky. I can't remember when that was. I think it's about 1980, which makes it even more tricky. But there we go. So Morris van, I think they call it the O-type. I think it was a 600 weight, based on a minor, of course, but I don't think that name was used in the brochure. These days they're just called Morris minor vans, though, really. 78, 79 Morris pickup. Again, I don't know if they use the Marina name on the commercial vehicles like this. But anyway, yeah, we probably just know it as a Marina pickup. Ooh. This is definitely based on the Ital because of the door handles, but looks like it was just called a Morris 440. There we go. So it's in 1983. Ooh, another Ital. Wow, we are doing well today, viewers. We are doing extremely well. Vinyl roof. This must be a posh Ital. Yes, it is. It's a 1.7 HLS. It is posh. The contrast to this very, very early Marina on a J, so it'll be one of the very first made, 1.3 Deluxe. So almost at the bottom of the range, but not quite. And that is in beautiful condition. It's difficult to sort of retell because we've got this sort of this nice shade because it's a warm day and it's nice to be in the shade. But obviously it doesn't look so great on camera when you have this sort of shadow on it. But that is beautiful. Maybe the engine bay will just sort of show you just how utterly crazy the condition of that is. Another Marina in very good condition. This one. It's a little bit later than the other one. It's left-hand drive. Wow. It's a Marine 2 GT. I don't think these were imported to the United States of America at this stage, so this must be from somewhere else. I don't know, Canada or something? Who knows? Let's not trip over those bits because they're for sale. So, again, Morris pickup based on the Marina. It has got a Marina badge on it, so we'll call it a Marina. I think I've seen this before. Registration on this is 7879. It's the mini lights, because mini lights tend to look good on sort of most classic cars actually, and this is no exception. Mark II Morris Mini Cooper. I think this means it's got the 970cc engine in it. It's a very rare capacity for the A series. Yeah, 67-68 registration. I think the Mark IIs came in 67 from memory. Ooh, this is this Austin A90 we saw again. I called it a Cambridge, viewers, and I was wrong. It is an A90. Got some really old stuff here. Really old stuff. Standard Motor Club. Okay, so again from Coventry. It says very proudly on the radiator just there. I've no idea what model this is. 1924 standard 11.4 horsepower Kenilworth Tourer. 4-cylinder engine of about 1.3 litres. Many awards. I'm not surprised. 1934 standard 12, 1.7 litre side, sorry, 1.6 litre side valve engine. It's typical kind of 30s. It was just, everything's just very exquisite. This looks like a standard 8 or 10, or it could be a pennant. I'm not very good on these sort of things, viewers. But looks to me not probably an 8. It looks far too fancy for that. That might even be a pennant, actually. No, it is an 8. How could it be an 8 and look so fancy? Answer in the comment section below. Oh, wow. Standard Atlas van. These were made in India for like years and years and years after production finished over here. I think they started in 1958. I forget the body underneath. I think it's probably based on the Vanguard or something like that. If we're really lucky, we might be able to have a little poke inside. There we are, viewers. A nice practical place. And if you get overwhelmed by the weather today, you can always pop in there for a little nap. Ooh. Standard Super 10. Definitely got an opening boot lid because the early 8s didn't get one at all. So we've got the luxury version here. Look at that, 1956 Standard Super 10. Another one of these Atlas vans. Again, I don't know what year this is. Who knows?
Yes, it's a sponge extrusion.
She knows Leyland Atlas. Okay, so must be a later one then.
Yeah, and the pips up this side.
Standard Vanguard 6. I'd say this is one of the Vignale ones. So about 1960, something like that. Somewhere around that region. This is another Standard 8. And this one's got an opening boot lid. It's not one of the early ones. By this stage, you actually have luxuries like being able to actually put your stuff in the boot using the boot lid. Can't remember. I think there was a Standard Companion. I think these were called. I forget what the name of these was. I get confused about this sort of thing. It's a Standard Vanguard estate car. So that's I think it's a 52. I've seen this plenty of time before this particular one. Yes, very good. Oh, viewers, I found the Maestro Montego Owners Club stand. Yes, please. Oh, viewers, I get far too excited about things like this. 1984 to 85 Austin Maestro 1.6 Auto. I don't know if this would have carried the HL badge as well. I've actually driven Maestro 1.6 Auto in this colour on the channel. It was a Vanden Pla. I do say Vanden Pla because that is the way that the marketing department at Austin Rover said it in the 80s. You can also say other things, but that is the one that I have known forever, so that's what I say. And we have got Vanden Pla things around here, but we'll get to those a little bit later. 1988 to 89 Montego. This is the MG 2 litre EFI, I believe, and that is still, I think, a pre-facelift one. So it would be 88 only. Facelift, I think, occurred October 88. 1989 to 90 MG Maestro Turbo with 152 horsepower. These are worth serious money now. Proper money. Very, very fast indeed. Another Maestro here. This has got sort of MG or Maestro Advantage wheels on it, actually. Don't know what specification this is, actually. Has it got electric windows? Can't actually see without kind of playing around with things. No, it hasn't gotten. So I don't actually know. Answers in the comment section below. But yes, it's wasn't really a facelift for the Maestro, but it was for late and the early dash, and this is probably a late dash. Yes, it is. Yes, it'll be about 86 on a C then. Oh, now, yes, please, viewers. 1987 Montego 2-litre EF5 random plus. Oh, viewers, it's got a grey leather interior as well, and it's got wood. And very kindly, the owner has said that later on I can come and film this in a bit more detail. There's only 5 of these Montego Vanden Plas left, and I get to film one. That Maestro has an engine we can't talk about on the channel. Blame the Mayor of London and his friends around the country. 1993 to 4 Montego Countryman Estate. Yes, please, viewers, particularly it's the 2-litre O series injection. Very nice. Another one of these MG Maestro turbos. Again, 8990 registration. PG1 gearbox. And I think this one's been slightly modified, perhaps. That would be fast then. It's nice, viewers. 1986, I think. Montego 1.6 HL, formerly owned by Steve and Lucy Worsley, who are also here. They've bought 2 very special Maestros, but all of these Maestros, to be honest, are special because I really like them, and I have filmed many Maestros and Montegos on my channel. This is owned by Mr. Jan Cho. I think this is an 89. It's a Maestro 1.6L. I think it had a few problems recently, so it's nice to see it's been kind of done up and brought to the show. Yes, it is, with power steering fitted. Maestros are very heavy without power steering, particularly the sort of 1.6s. So it's a very worthwhile option having. Maestro 1.6 Advantage, I've actually driven a Maestro 1.6 Advantage. There are 2 in the country. This is the sort of purple coloured one. I've driven the green one. The 2 chaps who own these are actually friends. So if you wish to contact Jim, who owns this car, as Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this one could be yours. The Advantages are very rare. There are 2 that we know of left. And here we go. Earlier, Maestro, this is the MG 2-litre EFI. Just check the dash in this one. Later dash, so it was an 86 with a later dash. I think the dash changed February 86, so this will be a later one. Ooh. Facelifted Montego Estate. Let's go around and see if we can talk about this. I hope so, viewers, because yeah, yes, we can. One on the right, though, we can't, but this one we can. 2-litre injection. Late one, so 93, 94 registration. I'll have to skip this one, I'm afraid, but we have 2 rotor cars, one of which I've actually filmed on my channel. These were the Bulgarian-built Maestros. Some of these were shipped back in kit form back to this country, where they were assembled by 2 firms, Apple 2000 in Bury St Edmunds, and I think it was called Parkway in Ledbury. The Ledbury ones are a bit more common, but neither of these are actually Ledbury. They're both rotor cars. This one spent some time in Spain. It's a 99 plate. They were made around 1995, which is more sort of contemporary with this one. As you can see, they both spent time in hot countries, and both the dashboards are absolutely cracked. And where you're going to find a left-hand drive Maestro dash. They've actually got the very late type as well, because they've got the rotary heater controls, which came on the later Montegos, and then I think in the Maestro in 1991. The latest Ledbury Maestro was what they're called, because they were put back together in Ledbury, most of them, apart from the Apple 2000 cars, was registered on the 51 plate. Isle of Wight registration, this one. You see, it still has the plates from Ryde on the Isle of Wight. So 94, 95, so very late Maestro. Again, you can see down there it's got the rotary heater controls. A much easier dash to deal with, actually. than the sort of earlier ones, because you can't really see the controls when you're operating them if they're sort of by your knee. This one here, ooh, another MG. And this has got the early dash in it. Yeah, this will be. Yeah, it's got the early dash, digital instruments. Yes, I've actually used digital dashboard Maestro. This, however, is the MG 1600. So this is a very early MG Maestro. I don't know whether it's the R or the S series in here. They changed that, I think, early '84. They changed to the S series engine, so a lot of them were switched over from the R series. But there are some R series Maestros out there. This is not very many. Maestro van. I don't know what engine is in that one, viewers. Hopefully, it's one we can talk about, because yes, we do talk about certain things on this channel. Viewers. Rover 800, 820 turbo, yes please. 91, 92, very rare indeed in pre-facelift like this. This is the XX, well, just the R17, which is a facelift. In fact, here is an R17. I think again with the same engine, but I'm just going to check. Don't want to get things wrong, do we? Oh dear. No, we're not the same engine at all. We're going to have to walk away, because we can't talk about certain things, can we? Got some 600s here. That plate is a personal one. That's nothing to do with the age of the car. I wonder if this is a 620 Ti, viewers. It could very well be, actually, with those wheels. And it is a 620 Ti. Very nice. Is this a 620 Ti?
No, it's a 620.
620, is it a GSI or something?
No, it's an SL.
Oh, okay. I had a 620 GSI a couple of years ago. It was an auto. Ooh, headlamp protectors, very nice. 97, 98? 97, thank you. Another one of these 620s. So two very late ones. So they finished production, I think, on V actually, 99. So by this time, though, they weren't actually badging them as sort of, you know, the model designations or anything. So it just says 600. So who knows? Oh no, that's a 618 SI. This one, I don't know. Looks like it's got leather interior. This could be a GSI actually, so probably a 620 GSI Auto like the one that I had. If it's got cruise control, it'll probably be a 623. But no, that's a GSI, but it's had some upgraded alloys put on it. Right, I think it's time for some metro action, viewers. But make our way down to this end. So, Rover 114, I think this would be. This is a GSI, isn't it, viewers? Oh, SLI. Why has it got a leather interior then? I'm confused, viewers. I was going to get very excited. Dark green with a leather interior. And I am excited, but I don't know what's going on here. That wheel's also off a later car. I think that's off a 25 or something. But nevertheless, we like it. You can see it's got this sort of paisley interior. So I think maybe this has had an interior swap. But still manual windows, even though it's quite high up the range. It's a bit of a pain, really. Very, very late Mark II Metro. This is a 1.3 Clubman, 89.90 only. This is an automatic as well. That's a rare beast to see. Just a Metro, not an Austin Metro at this stage. Austin then disappeared off the cars in 1987. And the very late Mark II Metros also had the three-door ones, had the filler moved to the top of the wing here rather than down there where it used to spill fuel all over the place, which is not very good. 1983 Metro HLE with the sort of economy dash. Classic cars on the prom. Yes, we'll be going to that, viewers, later this month. We'll go to one in Christchurch and have a look around and see what we can find. But you can see here the filler was originally on the three-door models down there. 1992 to 3 Rover Metro. It's 1.1S. You can see here Mr. Westby from Twin Cam has brought his 1.1C, although he is starting to change sort of bits on this to be a little bit more luxurious, like the glove box and things. But the 1.1C was ultimate poverty spec, and no wheel trims, no full bumper, and yeah, you didn't even get a glove box. You had to put a glove box in it. Although he seems to like it very much, which it's not really difficult to see, really. You know, some people like that kind of thing. Particularly if your name is Mr. Seabrook from Hubnutters, you like the poverty spec ones. Although we are very fond of luxury on the channel, and that's what we like. Oh, it's a very early Metro 1300. Yes, if it came out in 1982, it was an 82, 83. So very, very early one of those. Let me just lip through there and have a look at the interior. Only a 4-speed box in these, but have a look at these. As time is ticking by, viewers, I think we're going to take a break here, and we will come back a little later in part 4. We'll take a look at the rest of these Metros, but I'm going to go have a drink. So thank you ever so much indeed for watching part 3 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2022 BMC and Leyland Show here at the British Motor Museum at Gaydon in Warwickshire. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for some more entertainment. Like this video and leave a comment below. And I do hope you've been enjoying things so far.